all these volcanic rocks. Nothing grows out here. It gets too hot. I guess the dirt's not very good for it. But plenty of good rocks to ride on. I've passed this spot a couple times in the last few years, and it's one I really like. You can see there's pottery on the ground. Sure we'll see some more. But what's cool is there's a couple of some piece of pottery. There's some well, I would call it geoglyphs, in that they're these big rocks, rock piles. This one right here makes the place pretty unique. Look at that. There's a, what is this? There's a piece of probably worked rock, because this is not normal here on the basalt plain. Again, a sign that some people did something here. This is a little better view of what I was talking about. Pile of rocks here, pile of rocks over there a little further down with this path going in between. See it that way. Coming up on a geoglyph or rock alignment here. I've been past this one before, one of my previous trips out this way, but this is a really nice example, I think. It's a big circle made of stones. It's got some center stone. Well, it's got some stones in the center, which seem to be placed there on purpose. You can see, though, that it's a pretty impressive circle. I hear them called dance circles, but I certainly don't know if that's true. I think a true dance circle might show up a cleared path. This is, you know, some sort of feature that was made for some reason. Walk in, you can see this little pile of stones in the middle, which seem to signify the center of it. But I don't know, I think these are cool. Well, I've made it over to the edge. I've walked this area, both the top and the bottom, several times before. There's a lot of petroglyphs around here. Now my intention today is to try to hit some parts that I missed before. And I missed it for a couple reasons. One is, well, the travel gets too difficult. You can see, for example, down there where the bushes come too close to the edge, and it looks pretty unpleasant to walk along the rock face above them, and it looks unpleasant to walk below them. It's also difficult to get down this edge. Here in particular, I'm going to have to figure out some way to do it. But I'm hoping I can find something new. And if not, I suspect at least we'll see a couple ones that I've seen before. I can see a nice panel down there. It might be a little hard to see, but on that face, it's facing out toward the river bottom. We'll at least try to get down to that one. Hopefully there's others along the way. I've gotten close to this one now. It's in the shade, so it's not very bright, but you can see the sort of usual suspects in the petroglyphs I've been seeing lately. A couple animals, a couple squiggles, maybe a snake, looks like a couple concentric circles. That's a start. A few more to get to. I see a couple marks on this rock, maybe a little hard to see with the glare, but the nice panel is just opposite over here. So we'll see if we can try to get in a position to see that one better. think I'm going to have to climb up. Oh, there's a nice, yeah, I remember that one up there too. It's a spiral, I believe. We'll get a better picture. Okay, standing up on the rock now, we can see this one better. I noticed another sort of one over here. Almost looks like some sort of map. Not too interesting, but here's this nice panel. Unfortunately, my shadow's covering part of it. Let me move over here so we can see it from this side. There's a guy with claws. Some rakes. Rakes are usually thought to be archaic, but I don't think this is that old. The patination seems to be the same. Can move my shadow again. We'll see some more here. That's a cross with a circle around it. That's a fairly common one. You can see some these other things. There's another guy with claws. There's a squiggle over here with some circles with dots. Some more of those. There's a pretty big animal. Let me see if I can walk over without falling off the cliff. And a big squiggle on this side. So that's nice. I just noticed this really nice spiral over here, which I also remember seeing in the past a few years ago. I'll see if I can get over there, because that's a real nice one. The travel is a little rough over these rocks, though. That is a nice spiral. There's a section I think is underexplored by me. I think if I can go down here and head off to the right, I'll be in some new territory. I might find some new petroglyphs. Probably not, but maybe. Well, I'm no botanist or plant expert, but maybe for some of you non-desert dwellers who might see this, you might be interested in this. This is a, I believe, a Palo Verde tree. It's got green bark, and you notice it has almost no leaves. And this is a desert-adapted tree. It's quite common in the low desert of Arizona. It loses less moisture by not having leaves, and it can do photosynthesis with the bark. That's why it's successful here. Well, I see one up there. That's a new one for me. So we'll have to go up there and take a closer look. Well, here he is. I'm going with, I guess I have to go with coyote. He's got a long tail, and his mouth's open, suggesting maybe you could bite something. I mean, usually it's carnivores with long tails. Where we go in the northern part of the state, they're more often mountain lions, but I think this one's a coyote. And it's often the case, you find one, there are others. There's one right up here above it, another animal. I can actually see one on the cliff band up there too, so we'll do some more looking around here. Well, this tail's a little more intermediate, but it's got to be the same animal as the one just below it. I had been thinking of going down here and having a look, but this is not accessible to me. There's one over there. I have seen this one before. I'm in an area where I've spent some time, but we'll pass a couple of them anyway. Well, I've gotten a little closer, and pretty simple one, mainly squiggles. We are along the bank of a riverbed. This used to flow before they dammed it all up and drought, etc. Sometimes these things can mean flowing water. I'm not sure though. There's one up here, a nice sun, which I think shows up. There's an animal up in that corner, some squiggles, and this one, the one that's oranger and more repatinated is older. This guy's in the shade, so he's pretty easy to get. So now move, there's that one we were looking at. This one we're trying to come see. I suspect the sun's a little bad, but look, this is quite a nice design over here. Maybe I can move a little bit. These rocks are really quite treacherous, so I have to be a little careful. LK left his initials. Oh, and I can see we got another one over here we'll have to get. But not bad. There's a couple of crosses, solid crosses, some people. Circled cross, again an X. Pretty good glyph. I may still try to get a better picture. And here's this other big panel. Oh, it's quite nice. I have seen this one before. I'm going to have to get a better angle to get a good picture of it. And here's probably the best view we can get. Look at that guy with the sun head and holding something over his head. This guy below him has something over his head too. There's a bunch of stuff there, some grids. You notice I can see over here a bunch of scratches, and it is not uncommon to see scratches applied to glyphs. And sort of thought that it might be later people trying to eradicate something left by somebody who came before them who maybe they didn't agree with, didn't like the glyph. Everyone's a critic. Some more along the way. That's obviously a man on the left. Well, I just noticed these. I've been to them before, so I'd pass them on the way back, but they are rock alignments or geoglyphs. This is one long line. Right next to it is another one. See a little bit off in the distance. There's another one. These are believed to be ancient. Best guess. They're just very cool.